Hey Imran, Web Squadron, how you doing? Let me know if the sound is not good. Just let me know if the sound is okay. Don't forget to say hi if you're watching. There's quite a lot of people that do sometimes watch, but they don't comment. Please just say hi. Where you're from? Are you a web designer, freelancer? What do you like using? Wix, Squarespace, Elementor, Divi, Bricks, Breakdance. Whatever you like using, just say it. But please make sure you click like. I know a lot of people they view, but they don't always hit like. Please do because it helps the YouTube algorithm. Busy morning, did 2 videos. Been reviewing some changes, answering some questions that people had. They're not clients; they were just people that wanted just some kind of like advice about something. So I had to give them that. And I've just released a video about website mock-up generators. So that's now just come out. Hey Nikos, hey Dave, how you doing? Let me just change. One of the things is that when I go live, I'm not very organized, all right? I go live and then I have to rearrange all of my windows because everything is all over the place. Because I need to make sure that when I'm looking at the camera, I've got my screen just here. Camera's there and my OBS screen is just here so I can see how it looks on screen. Got the chat down here as well. Hey, Brian. Hey, Jason. Yes. Jason, let me know how you find it. Let me know how you find it. Were there any things I mentioned in there that made you go, did not think of that? I hope you like it. I hope you like the tools I've got there. There were more, by the way. There were like 3 others as well. And I have to say, they were appalling. There's one called Mockupper. It's called Mockupper. Is it called Mockupper? Hold on. Yeah, it's called Mockupper. And it's awful. It could have been good, but it was really awful. Hey, David Lab. Hey, Carapos. How you doing? If you haven't noticed already, I have now got a new video just come out. Literally just now. Boom. Hey, video boy. Website mock-up generator. Go and have a look at it, okay, if you haven't already. Mainly because I think everyone always says website mock-up generator. I cover that. Website mock-up generator. However, I don't think it's the best one. I really don't. I think some of the other ones I show you are much, much better. Much, much better. Right, just trying to work out why my Reddit account's not working. Incorrect username? Why does it say that? Sorry, I've just got to quickly do something. Just bear with me. I've just got to quickly update a email address on here for one of my accounts. Sometimes I really hate reCAPTCHA, by the way. You know when you have reCAPTCHA accounts that goes, now hit the bicycle. You're like, flipping heck, mate. Just do it. Hey, Stacey. All right, you're trying out the new release control, Dave, for Bricks. What were the changes in that one, Dave? Can you remind us? Were there any major changes? Nice one, Jason. Which ones do you currently use then? I bet it's website mock-up generator. Everyone does that. David Lab hacked. No, don't say that. It's not hacked. It's not hacked. I know it's not hacked, right? It was my Reddit account. And I set it up last night. And maybe I put the wrong password in. And I've just realised I might have put in the wrong password. I don't know. Maybe I've put the wrong password in. I don't know. Just checking. I'm getting a lot of emails at the moment from people who are saying, "Do you want us to design your website for you?" And we're a website company, and I'm getting lots of them, and they reply back after 2 or 3 days, going, "You have not responded." Yeah, I'm not even going to respond to your chase email, right? Hey, Emmanuel. Hey, Andrew. What's your... Oh, go on then, Andrew. What's this one weird trick you've got? Yes, SodaStream. Right, SodaStreaming all the way, everyone. Hey, Erling. Hey, John Fairest. I don't know why I keep saying John Ferris. There's not many people on here called John. So John, I'm going to start calling you John from now on. All right. Hey, Atif, how you doing? Hey, Amr. Yeah, website generator mock-up. Yeah, I mean, I have to say, Jason, I like using Canva as well when I'm doing mock-ups because you get the, the layouts for your mock-ups. You know how where you can do things. Cheers, Andrew. Nice one, isn't it? So, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right, Dave. Custom breakpoints and the design with mobile-first approach with bricks, which isn't a bad thing, right? Let me just delete some emails I'm getting through here. Let me just move that over there. Right, just got to quickly click this verification again. Hit the verify. Boom. Email me. What are you all up to? How's your days going? There's a few things I really want to kind of get done in the next few days that are I just need to clear off my backlog because I'm having this slight problem where I'm having a bit of a backlog building up, and I really, really do need to just sort out my backlog. Basically, because it's not that it's becoming problematic, but it is becoming a little bit of a pain. Nice one, Artif. I'm glad you're doing okay. Are your kids back at school, or is it next week, Artif? Hey, Jean Thompson. How are you doing? Exactly, Andrew. Canva is you are limited by your imagination. The danger is spending too long on Canva because you start and you go, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll move it a little bit more. And it's almost remembering that with Canva or portfolios, you want them to focus on the content, the mock-up, the website, right? The iPhone, the tablet, you want them to focus on that. What you don't want to do is make it too crazy with too much stuff going on, so that it starts, well, basically, you don't want it to become too crazy, right? At the end of the day, you don't want it to become too crazy. Now, in some weird way, my email hasn't come through. Why has my email not come through for Reddit? What's going on there? I'll tell you what, if my Reddit account's already been hacked, I'll be flipping surprised. I'll tell you that now. I'll be flipping surprised. Right, okay. School is back next week in London. Yeah, Raheem went back yesterday. He loved it. He enjoyed it. So, good news there. Reports day. So, John, when you say reports day, is this like your end of month reporting for your ingoings, outgoings? Right, clients day for reports, got you. Is this like your analytics for your websites in terms of hits, views, pages, SEO, stuff like that? Video boy, question here. Are WP tags really that important for blog post SEO? Yes. Yes, I would do them. I always say that when you do a blog post, right, and you do your keyword, your excerpt, your category, it's going to take you like what? An extra 1 minute to do the tag. You're already there. You're already doing the rank math as well if you're using rank math for your blog post, all that stuff. It doesn't matter if your score on a blog post is 65, 70%, 75. You don't have to hit 90, 95. It's a blog post. Let it go. It's not like your homepage, right, where you want to be hitting high. But tags can help you get found as well, in my opinion. So I would still do it. I always say to my clients, if you're going to do blog posts, make sure the box is there, fill it in. Even if you just put one tag in, even if you just do one tag, go for it. Hey, Eddie, hope you're okay. How are you doing? Jason's kids go back to school as well. Brian, dancing baloney. Yeah, I think Photoshop is still an amazing, amazing tool. I always feel like Canva is is your quick and easy, your quick and dirty tool. Get stuff done, out the door, boom, away you go. What am I working on this week, Artif? So, I've got some videos. I'm helping out Atarim with some videos, and unfortunately, a client that was meant to start this week has now delayed their work. So what I had sidelined for this week is now kind of gone out the window. However, that does mean that I've got time now to crack on with some other videos, you know, YouTube-y stuff, but also the Atarim videos. There has been a problem with Atarim though. Hey George, so I don't know if you're aware of this, George. So the developers are looking into this. There was a problem where when you go to a website with Atarim and you click on it, it doesn't allow you to add a comment and the mouse cursor disappears. I thought it was just me, but Atarim, one of their dev guys, has confirmed, yeah, they're looking into it. And I'm not sure if it was because they had a server change on the weekend, George. You probably know more about it. But that slightly messed up my video because I was doing a video and now I've had to just pause it because I need to get some action shots in. Just the comments again. David Lab. If I'm doing UI, my go-to these days are Affinity Design and Sketch. Yep, I hear a lot of people saying that about Affinity Design. It's come on leaps and bounds in the last, I don't know, 3 years, I think. Last three years, it's really developed. David, long time no speak to you too. Do they increase revenue? Not really, no. It's more about audience, David. So it's more about audience. So look, how many people here watched our videos or interacted or commented? And I think the live chat, since we started doing them hardcore properly from February, so how long we'll be doing them now? We're going to hit September tomorrow, so a good 8 months now. Good 8 months we've done them, give or take, 7 months, whatever. We're getting better. No, not better. We're getting more reach, I think, more reach. Yeah, Daddy Pig, you could say that Canva is the poor man's Photoshop. I mean, in a way, you are right. I mean, Canva is like, what, £10 for us? Photoshop is about £19 a month. So, in a way, yeah. And I think it comes down to, I can get by doing our social media posts, client work, graphics with just Canva now, so the need for Photoshop kind of drifted away. But yeah, I think live streams and videos does help bring forth an audience, interaction, community. So I think it's really helped, and I'm still amazed how almost on a daily basis I see so many amazing people who keep joining, and I got to say big thank you to all of you. It means so much to me, a huge amount. I will not get emotional, but it means a lot, right? All right, Jason, you pay $9.99. Oh, the Adobe Photo. What is there a new plan? I used to play for the Adobe Cloud plan. Maybe I was overpaying. I don't know. Just checking the comments. There's a setting, clear object cache when adding a comment. Okay, George. Where's that setting, George? Where's that setting? Is that in the settings for Atarim? Let me go check that one now, okay? Now that you've said it. Very sexy. Brian, I don't think you can make plumbing and water lines be sexy right contents. I seriously don't think you can do that. I'd love to know how. What I would say, Eddie, is play around, all right? I am planning, I haven't done it yet. I am planning like about 3 or 4 videos, maybe 5 for Canva. And I might release them in the space of like 2 or 3 days, like a sequence of videos with Canva and how we use it, and stuff like that. So I might consider that. Oh, really, Jason? Photoshop are going to do a free online-only version. Now, I like the sound of that. Will it be full capability? Will it be full capability, Jason? Because that's really interesting. That's really interesting. Oh, sorry, Brian. I get you now. I did wonder. I thought, really? Is it a sexy advert? Then again, pipes and stuff. Very true about Affinity, though. I have to say, though, I tried Affinity when it first came out, right? And I didn't like it. But then again, you see, I was very Photoshop person. But it's obviously a lot better because a lot of people talk about it a lot. I'm trying to work out why my Reddit account's not working. It's got me a little bit... I don't want to say perplexed. It's got me a little bit annoyed. Why is my Reddit account not working now? Just because I was using it to do some stuff. Maybe... I don't know what I've done, but I'm pretty sure my password is correct. I'm pretty sure my password is correct. It keeps saying it's not, but I'm sure it is. Keeps saying my password is not correct. Nah, anyway, we'll look into that later. Have I tried Sketch? I can't remember if it was SketchUp or... I think I've tried Sketch on the Surface Pro when I had a Surface Pro 4. I think I tried Sketch. I might be wrong. Yeah, okay. I mean, I think if they do anything to rival Photopea would be good. Photopea is good. The only thing I don't like about Photopea are all of the... The only thing I don't like with Photopea is the adverts. The adverts do my head in. Especially when you accidentally click on one and it takes you somewhere. Yeah, sure, Eddie. I am planning to do those videos soon. I don't want to say next week, but if I can switch and get rid of a few tasks on here, maybe next week. Yeah, don't worry, George. I'll have a look. Thanks for mentioning that. Good point, though. It could be that. I'll have to go in and have a look. Right. Hold on. I've got to give someone a quick phone call. Can you all just stay here for 2 minutes and talk amongst yourselves? I've got to go make a phone call. It's nothing to do with work. It's to do with a delivery I'm having on Thursday, and they've just said they might be delivering at a time when I'll be dropping my son off at school. I've just got to quickly call them and see if I can move the timeline. Can you give me 2 minutes? Eddie, I don't think I'll hit 10k. I don't think I'll hit 10k subscribes in 7 days. I think it might be... I don't know. Yeah, a drama video. Can you guys just give me 2-3 minutes? I'll be back, okay? The camera will be on. I'm just going to use my other phone. I've just got a call. I've got a delivery coming in, you see. In fact, it's a new iPad Air for my son. It's for Raheem. His iPad is cracked. He's had it... That iPad we've had for about 8 years, and the screen is cracked and everything. The delivery's coming on Thursday, but I think... No, he's at school. Raheem's at school. But they've just said they're going to deliver at exactly the time when I'm dropping him off at school. Hey, Pickstar, I'll be back in 3 minutes. Hey, Mia, I'll be back in 3 minutes. Just give me 3 minutes, all right? Just sit your asses down and don't get up. Yay, hey, I'm back. Hey, everyone. Yep, so managed to rearrange that. So delivery on Thursday will now be done an hour later. Phew. Um, Funny situation that, wasn't it? Just check the cry. Who likes breakdance? Breakdance has got legs, Dave. I just wish they'd sort out their pricing model. Hey, Forid, I just had to go make a phone call. I had to make a phone call, delivery company thingy-midgy. No, Eddie, you can't see I'm moving away from Elementor. Like, look. Right? Right? Oh, I just put my bottle over there as well. Isn't that the thing about how the world changed? Once we had mobile phones and you get a message on your phone and you're in a meeting at work. Yeah, Raheem doesn't even know about it, Jason. He doesn't even know it's coming. I even got him a new cover as well to stop him. Let me show you. So I even got him a new cover as well for his for the iPad Air, because his other one he wasn't very good at protecting it. So I'm hoping, the cover here will. I mean, he could still easily crack this. Don't get me wrong. He could easily still crack it, but I'm hoping he will look after his device much more better than he was before. But when you're in a meeting at work and you're in a meeting and you get a message on your phone and you really want to reply because you really want to, let's say, yes or no or whatever, and you can't reply because you're in a meeting. So the minute I got the message saying, oh yeah, we're going to deliver at 8:30 when I'm taking him to school, and you have to be here to sign for it, otherwise there's a charge for redelivery. You're like, what? Hey Dave, how are you? His is just going to be the 10-inch. He's not ready for a big 12.5-inch. I think that's overkill. All he ever does is watch YouTube on it. He plays a few games, and all he does is watch YouTube on it. Haha, Erling, second-hand cover. Very true. I did notice a question on this list. Cheers, George. By the way, I'll have a quick look first, George, and I'll let you know. Okay, Voodoo, I need help. When I hover on image, it attend... Voodoo, can you clarify that? You say you hover on image, it attend on another image. I'm not sure I get that. I'm not sure I understand that. Hey, Jimmy. Great to have you here. Dave Den, I think I've already said hey there. Omar Hemo. Bring some widget creating video to Elementor. I don't think, well, you got plugins for that. I think you've got unlimited elements. Premium add-ons, I think, do it as well. So I don't create widgets. Let me tell you why. Because I haven't needed to. Number one, I haven't needed to. Number two, well, actually, it's just number one, isn't it? I haven't needed to. I was going to try and come up with something really clever, and I couldn't. Yeah, haven't needed to. So I don't think I'll be doing any videos on it. I'm sorry to disappoint there. Pepsi Max. Yep, look, SodaStream, Pepsi Max. It's good stuff. Yeah, Amazon. I mean, the trouble with Amazon Fire. Can anyone correct me on this? But Amazon Fire does not come with YouTube, does it? Or does it? I can't remember now. But my son loves playing Apple Arcade. Has anyone ever played the Sneaky Sasquatch game on Apple Arcade? My Raheem is flipping good at Sneaky Sasquatch. Brilliant at it, right? He's clocked it like 3 times. He's good at it. Deeshta Jong, how are you doing? By the way, if you haven't seen it already, please don't forget that, we did release a video, website mock-up generators. Go and watch it. Let me know what you think of it. Voodoo, when I hover over the image, the effect is to appear in another image in the columns above. Okay, you might need to use some JavaScript or change your way of thinking, right? Change your way of thinking. So if this is like, let me explain it to you. Let's say you've got section 1, section 2, right? You've got column 1 and column 2 here, right? You hover over this image here, down here, and it makes something appear here. Why don't you have everything in one column and you use custom width? Custom width to do your layout. And then you put in a hover code. So when you hover over something here, it appears over here. So we've got videos on column hover. Go and watch those videos and that might help you out or not. But try and get everything to sit in one column, you know, or have it in 2 separate sections, and then whatever it appears here, it is opacity 0. When you hover on the column, it is opacity 1. And then you use absolute positioning to move it over here. Look, Erling's beat me to it. There you go, absolute positioning, right? So when you hover over here, it could appear here, 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 wherever you want. I've got videos on that. I've got videos on it. So column hover. Right, the code is there. You'll be fine. Haha, Dave, good point, though. Oh, you can get YouTube on the... It's the Apple Arcade, though, Dave. He loves playing a couple of games on that. So now that I think about it, I think that was the reason I never went with the Fire, because they are a lot... I mean, come on, they are so much cheaper than the iPad, right? Just looking at what Jimmy says there. Oh no, blocked on my back, but some medicine stretching. Yes, Jimmy, stretch out. Wow. Yeah, Jimmy, that sounds like a real tight muscle. You know what you need to do, Jimmy? Get someone or whoever, find the bit where it's the tightest. And you know your thumb, you can even do it yourself. Get your thumb and just push. Really push until it feels tender to release that muscle, because your muscle is tightened up, you see. That's what it is. So you got to get that pressure in. Really, you know, keep your finger on there, or use whatever you want to use if you don't want to use your thumb, you know, whatever. Just really push it, okay? Omar Himir, how can we make a single section Unchanged in mobile? To be honest, Omar, if you want your section for your mobile to look exactly like the desktop, you're going to have to make your desktop view be like that, aren't you? Right? And scroll horizontal. You got to remember, okay, that in the old days when we had iPhones for the first time, we were all holding them like this, weren't we? We all like to do this because we love to have that horror, you know, the whole landscape approach. But these days now, the only time I turn my phone from this to this is if I'm watching a YouTube video on full screen. That is the only time I will turn a phone from this to this. Yeah, Pickstar, I was looking at it last night. I need to come back to you on that because I couldn't get it to work and I couldn't work out what it was. I need to come back to you. All right, Pickstar, I need to email you, right? And these days now, unless it's a YouTube video, I will always look at every website and every shop and wherever I go using the portrait layout. Who thinks like me on that? In the very old days, when iPhones first came out, we love to do that when we're looking at websites, right? But now, that's because back then websites weren't built to be looked at like that. It looked better like that as a landscape. But now, the only time I will move my phone to landscape is if it's a YouTube video. Otherwise, or a game or a YouTube video. But I don't play games on my phone now. So now, it is always like that, scrolling down, right? That's what the thumb... This is why God made the thumb, is for scrolling down, right? You might think your hand is for something else. It's not, it's for scrolling. So Forward is saying, do you think you will hit 10,000 by mid-September? I think yes and no. I really hope I do. If not, hey, we just have to wait. I do like to build for the desktop first and then the mobile, mainly because so you know how Dave says it's easier to add. I do it the other way around. I like to add and I like to take away, and I'll tell you why. I think it's something to do with my writing technique. When I write novels or books, I like to add a lot on and then I prefer to take away. Whereas I'm not a fan of, I always find that if I'm having to add on later, it might then make me rethink what I did before. But there is no right or wrong answer. I think mobile first is completely fine. I just like to do desktop first. I bet there's someone out there that does tablet first, which would be really shocking. Exactly. So what Jimmy has said, skating choreographer, is exactly the reason why I no longer look at websites like that on the mobile. Because of the height. You're literally doing it in piecemeal. Oh, I read the header. Oh, there's the call to action. Oh, there's the next button. Oh, there's the next image. You're doing this more. For a YouTube video, you don't care because you're just watching, other than pause or whatever, or skip. But websites on portrait now, that is the look. So whenever people comment or say, oh, it's got to look really good like that, I kind of go to them and go, and how many websites do you look at like that? I can't, even when I'm observing people, I don't do that much now, but when you observe now, YouTube, videos, games, websites, right? That I think we've moved on to just doing it like that. Exactly what Mia says as well. Same thinking as me. Mia, we're on the same page. Mia, we're in the same caravan. Yep, Eddie as well. Yep, exactly. Look, Brian, do you know what? I think it's great that we're all in agreement on this, isn't it? Exactly what Pixar says as well. The landscape is very close to your tablet breakpoint. Exactly. And I always feel that if you've done your tablet view, I kind of go, yeah, whatever then. Desktop, tablet, mobile. So Mark had a client, iPad. Oh, bloody hell. iPad in landscape. Isn't that just laptop? Isn't an iPod in landscape? iPad in landscape just a laptop kind of size? Hey, Francisco. Absolutely. Do you know what, Brian? You're absolutely right. I think it is the shittest engagement tool. And to be honest, right, tablets now, the moment we had the iPhone 6 and the Android phones and Samsung as well, but the iPhone 6, which gave us the bigger phone, and then we had other phones as well, the tablet being used to surf websites suddenly went out of fashion. The iPad now for me is more like a big gaming device, watching videos, maybe, stuff like that, or writing, like note-taking or drawing, with the pencil and all of that. Tablets being used to look at websites now. I tell you what, I know some people that were still buying iPad minis. They were buying an iPad mini when you had the iPhone 6 Plus. And I said to them, why don't you just get an iPhone 6 Plus? Oh no, I want an iPad mini. And I would be like, why? Why do you want an iPad mini? Yeah, exactly, Eddie. Yeah, good point there. Exactly, Brian, right? iPad, Fruit Ninja, the games. It's more of a... I'm still... I think the one thing that is disappointing is how, and people will argue about this, is that the iPads, they're not, even the iPad Pro, it's not I don't think they are like a proper device that you could work on, right? Even when you have a keyboard attached and all of that, you know. Just checking the comments coming in here. Very good point, though, Jimmy. And same with TikToks, isn't it? When I see a TikTok or a YouTube short in portrait, it always feels weird. I always still find it weird because you get that letterbox down the left-hand, right-hand side. Just checking the comments. iPad is a useless niche product. I think the iPads were the most amazing thing to come out but it was almost like the midpoint between laptop and your iPhone. When we had the iPhone 4 and the iPhone 5, you know, like because your iPhone 5 was quite titchsky. Do you remember? iPhone 4, the iPhone 3G, then we had the iPhone 3GS, then the iPhone 4, then the iPhone 5. They were quite titchsky. When we had the iPhone 6 Plus, then I started feeling like, the iPad, I think it's going out of fashion now. Do we really need the iPad? Yeah, to be honest though, Dave, a lot of executives use iPads. But you know what? I feel like often, I tell you what, when I used to work in the NHS, a load of doctors had the iPads. And they'd have their keyboard, attached. And I used to say to them, you're better off getting the Surface Pro. At that time, it was the Surface Pro 4. I kept saying to them, your computer at work is a Windows machine at work. Your computer in the NHS is a Windows computer, right? You don't have a USB port on your iPad, right? You're better off getting a Surface Pro because the Surface Pro 4 was a great machine. Surface Pro 1, 2, 3, yeah. Surface Pro 4 was a brilliant machine. Anyone who's ever had that. It had an annoying fan. Don't get me wrong, the fan on it was loud sometimes. But the Surface Pro 4 and after that, for people that work in offices, and stuff like that, especially doctors and NHS, the Surface Pro 4 and beyond, all of, after that, the 5, 6, 7, or whatever number it's on now, that is what you should be using in the office if you're interacting with other people. When I see people in the office and they pull out their iPad Pro or the iPad and they're in an office environment and no one else in that environment is using Apple technology or anything, I sit there going, you're making things harder for yourself when you're trying to transfer documents and stuff like that. Very true, Dave, as well, about the shite that IT pushed down. I remember in 2014, all of the doctors in Leicestershire wanted iPads, and I spoke to so many of them saying, do not get iPads. It will not work with your work computer. If you got a Word document or whatever, you can move it over, but it will mess up the format. Same with Excel back then. We're talking about 2014. But they didn't listen. So the Leicestershire NHS invested in iPads for them and their practice manager. We're talking about close to 600 iPads. Work that out as a cost. 600 brand new iPads with the cases and the keyboards and all of that. None of them worked with their work computers. You know what they did? They all used to turn up at their meeting, open their iPad and just sit there checking their emails. That's all they did. They make notes and check their email. And it made me so mad that they didn't listen to me. Exactly, Dave. Very good point. They didn't care. They were like, oh, well, I've got this fancy toy, right? because it was given to them for free. They never had to pay for it. They never paid for it. It was for free. And they could do what they want with it. I mean, some of the doctors, I have to say, went and got 3 or 4 of them. And they gave it to their wife and their son who might help them out in the doctor's surgery. And I was like, we are wasting money here. Oh dear, back in the day. Oh, do you know something, Brian? Do you know something? Like when I got my adapter for the MacBook Air I've got here, that has got 2 USB ports. I need it. I need it. One for this microphone, which plugs in, and another one for anything else. You can't live without the USB port. Yes, everything has the USB-C, but the standard USB port 2 or 3. Who here can live without a USB port? I'm not talking about the USB-C, right? I'm not talking about the C port. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your standard USB 2 or 3. Who could live without that? In your current setup, how many of you can live without having any device with a USB 2 or 3? How many? Forget your iPad, Android chargers, right? Because that's different, right? That's a charger. But in terms of your setup, your Windows, your Mac, anything else you got, a microphone, anything you got, who here could live without it? Because they always talk about it like, oh yeah, it's going to die away one day. And I'm like, no. Don't you dare take away the USB 2 or the USB 3. Do you know something, Dave? I had my... Sorry, let me just check the comments on here. I had an iMac. Don't know why I did that. I had the iMac from 2009 to 2014. And then I went and got a Surface Pro 4 because I got fed up with having a big computer. You can't pick it up, can you? It was huge, heavy. So I got a Surface Pro 4. Loved it. Then the iPad Pros came out. The 12-inch, the 12.9-inch, whatever it was. I had to get it. I got it. After 4 months, I got rid of it because I wasn't happy with the pencil. I didn't find it being as smooth and good for drawing. So I sold it and went back to a Surface Pro 4. And I kept that Surface Pro 4 until last year. June 2021. June 2021, I started doing YouTube videos. None of them were released because the fan on the Surface Pro was a killer. This is what the fan noise on a Surface Pro 4 was like. And after 10 minutes, it would do this. And it was like, I can't record. I had to put my machine 2 meters away from me, have a really long wire to the microphone, put the screen on another monitor that was silent. And even then you could... And even when you reduced the humming noise, it was a killer of the videos. And then, lo and behold, I did a bit more research, watched some videos where people spoke about the M1 chip and how silent it was. Got it. Never looked back. Jimmy will back me up on this. Anyone who has ever got an M1 chip laptop computer, bloody hell. It is silent as shit. Shit is not silent, by the way, depending on what you've eaten, but it is silent. I can have 20 things open on here and you don't hear a thing. You don't hear a thing, right? Silent as silent shit. Okay. Yeah, sorry, George. Go on, Mark. Make a rude joke. If YouTube blocks it, I can approve it, so I'll know what you're doing. Yep. Yeah, Dave, have you got the M1 Mini? Is that also silent? I nearly got an M1 Mini, but I'm glad I went for the MacBook Air because I can be sat with my son sometimes and I can be doing stuff, you know. But I nearly went for an M1 Mini. However, there weren't many video reviews of it. And there were loads of reviews online on YouTube where someone had 30 applications and they were holding it up to their ear. No noise at all. Yeah, Dave, I mean, the Surface Pro 4 was... I tell you what, if it wasn't for the fan noise on that Surface Pro 4, I'd still have it. I could design websites on it. I could do... I tell you what, right, okay, I'll tell you now. Drawing using Photoshop on a Surface Pro 4 with their pen was amazing. I had a Wacom Cintiq. From 2007 until 2014, I had a Wacom Cintiq, the drawing tablet, right, where it displays it on the screen. It cost me £1,100 when I first bought it because I did a lot of digital art. The Surface Pro 4 was, in my opinion, better. It was better, but it was brilliant. Love that machine except for the flipping fan noise. You know, like... Yeah, Mark, that is actually... Okay, Mark, I'll tell you that. That is actually a very funny joke. If I ever become a comedian and I go on stage, I'm bagging that joke, all right? Girls look nervously at their handbags. Some people on the live chat are not going to understand that, but I hope they do. Hey, don't forget to hit like if you're watching, all right? If you're not hit like yet, I will find you and hunt you down. So, Eddie, where do I store my data? My backup strategy. Right, so... Technically, the only things that are stored on my Air are when I record videos. And then once they're uploaded, I delete them. I don't, once they're uploaded and out there, I don't care about them. I use OneDrive. So my photos go to Apple Cloud. Because, like, sometimes my son takes photos on his iPad and my wife, iPhones. Everything goes to the cloud for photos, right? All of my documents, even my desktop... is my OneDrive. Everything goes to my OneDrive. Mainly because historically that's what I had with the Surface Pro 4. So even on the MacBook Air, I have OneDrive. All of my downloads, documents, desktop go to OneDrive. So if ever this MacBook exploded or whatever, I get another machine, log into OneDrive, and away we go. Away we go. So that's my backup strategy, Eddie. Does anyone else do that? What do you guys all use? So, obviously, your website backup obviously is going to be your server and all of that, updraft, all-in-one migration. But with regards to your computer, your documents, your personal stuff, how do you back it up? Do you have a separate hard drive you attach? Do you use OneDrive, Google Cloud, Apple, iCloud? What do you all like using? Tell me. What do you like using? Dave, do not say that about the M1. However, I do wonder that as well. Will it ever burn up? Will it ever just suddenly disintegrate? But we won't know until they actually start happening, right? Come on, Eddie. You forgot to click like. We can't have that. Brian, who rubbed off on Mark? The male strippers working the same venue. Very good, Mark. I like that one. Pickstar, home server is backup. Even a RAID isn't real backup, but important data is my next cloud. Dropbox, NAS and OneDrive. 2 external hard... Wow, 5 terabytes. Serious stuff there, Francisco. What are you backing up? Your entire life? The day you were born? Yeah, Dropbox, OneDrive box in that order. Got it. Hold on. Dropbox, OneDrive box. What's box, Brian Harper? You said Dropbox, OneDrive box in that order. What's the box? OneDrive as well. OneDrive, I find... The reason I like OneDrive, okay, is just because it just works so perfectly with the Microsoft environment and stuff like that. That's the reason why. At the time, I was always unsure about Google Cloud and Apple iCloud, and I was just worried. But the OneDrive is so perfect with other devices. Danny isn't. I used to do an external drive as well, Danny. I used to. But then I was always worried about that drive continuously being plugged in. I was always worried that what if, like, the drive breaks or goes kaput? Ignite is a good cloud option by Dave. Not heard of that. Why have I not heard of Box? Oh, is Box another cloud storage? Why have I not heard of Box? Maybe I have. Maybe I have. I just don't know. Right, look, everyone. We are coming up to 53 minutes we've been live. I'm only going to be live for another 2 minutes. 2 more minutes. And then I am going to crack on with some other work. Yeah, just got to crack on with some other work. And at the same time, I don't want to take up all your time. I want you to get back onto working and other stuff as well. Mark Harris. Too many of my friends take their clothes off for a living. Sometimes that's not a bad thing, Mark. Sometimes it is a bad thing. Sometimes it's not a bad thing. Forid. 1 terabyte hard disk drive. To be honest, Forage, you're not poorer, but OneDrive, I mean, obviously I've got the Microsoft subscription, which is like, what, $5.99 a month, so I can use Word and Excel and all of that stuff, Outlook and all of that. No, Mark, I've not tried it. Someone did mention earlier they were trying it. Who said they were trying it? I'm trying to find the comments. Someone said they were trying it. I can't remember who. Someone earlier said they were trying the 1.5 release control version. Yeah, take care, Jimmy. Great to have you. I hope your back gets better, mate, okay? And like I said, remember, just put pressure. Don't massage it. Just dig in. Keep digging. Keep digging until you feel the tension release and it starts to feel tender. And then you're releasing the pressure. Danny, I did a video last week. Can you go watch the video I released last week? It's called One Page Website Tutorial. I released a video last week, right? 9 days ago. Go watch that. I cover off header, then for the mobile, some tips and tricks you might want to consider, especially when you're doing some changes, but you don't have to responsibly hide stuff. Go and watch that video. Hey, Phil, Spiderweb, not seen you for a while. I'm about to shoot off in 2 minutes. You're back from holiday. Well, I know, but I'm about to shoot off, Phil, in about 2 minutes. So, Danny, can you go watch the video I did about 8-9 days ago? It's called, in fact, go to my YouTube channel, go to the playlist, go to site tutorials, so the video playlist, site tutorials, and it's the last video I did. It's got like a turquoise aqua color on the cover. Go watch that video. That goes through loads of stuff. Loads and loads of stuff. Hey, cheers, Jimmy. Hey, I do know that. But hey, I'm only good because of all of you who support and help me out along my journey as well. No probs. All right, look, everyone, I'm going to say, yeah, get your thumb in. Hey, today, all of you, use your thumb. I don't care where you shove it, just shove it somewhere, all right? I know what you mean, Eddie. 2 minutes and you end up on here for ages. But I want you all to go and crack on with other stuff as well. I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to say take care, have fun. Don't forget to hit like if you haven't already. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.